Are you ready? Are you ready? Wait for it. Look for it. It's there. Are you ready to soar? Are you ready to explore? Are you ready to live your life the way it's meant to be lived? Let's reach new heights. Let's climb that mountain together. You can do it. Come on. Join me on a yogi venture. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about why I get inspired during my walks. And to be quite honest, I'm going to try to convince everyone who listens and beyond to just get outside and go for a walk. Because high blood pressure runs in my family, I really am more proactive with how I take care of my blood pressure. And so I have really found that walking helps. I have seen a big change in my numbers, and it's because of walking. When I walk, I power walk, and I really sweat, and I guess that's getting rid of any extra salt. I mean, another thing that I do is I really do watch what I eat, so I stay away from food that has high sodium counts. So between the exercise and my diet change, it has really helped me. And I also feel calmer. So I want to share with you what I do, and maybe you might want to try it. It's no secret that I love the outdoors. I love being outdoors. I love most outdoor activities. But yeah, my favorite activity is walking. Every now and then I might run, but I find running is a little hard on my knees. And so walking, though, I think I could walk forever. Actually, you guys know that I have walked 41 miles a day. So you know I love walking. I feel like there are a lot of benefits, and you can Google the benefits like on one of those WebMDs or the Mayo Clinic. They have information about walking. You can find the benefits of walking almost everywhere. But anyway, I just want to truly say that it has really helped me. I just want to share with you my joy of walking, and with the hopes to inspire you to walk. So here are my 10 benefits of walking according to me. So if you walk fast enough, you'll break a sweat. I actually sweat quite a lot. Even in the winter, I still sweat. And that shows me that I feel like my body is getting rid of toxins, and I always feel so great after a good sweat. My pace is kind of fast. My average walking pace is about, when I'm doing my power walk, about 4.2 miles per hour. And even in the winter, I do sweat. Sometimes I'll add a short run, but most of the time I walk. I also average maybe about 7 miles. I try to do 7 miles daily. Sometimes that doesn't always work. It seems like if I hit 6 miles, I've made 10,000 steps. So I guess I try to cover my 10,000 steps, and many days I go over that just from running around, and I might do my 7 miles, and then I end up an additional few from maybe parking my car a little bit further. When I go into a supermarket or walking in New York, I walk. I will walk instead of, taking a cab or just to get my steps in. Aside from burning calories, that's number 2. And the faster you walk, of course, the more calories you're going to burn. Your heart rate is pumping more blood, and you know how that works. I strongly advise getting your doctor's permission before starting a regular walking routine, just to be on the safe side. Walking is something that's quite inexpensive. Just get a good pair of either walking/running shoes. That's what I have. But I think they have just plain walking shoes out there that offer a lot of support for your feet. Your legs become stronger if you're interested in developing your calf muscles and your thigh muscles, and even it lifts the butt, tightens your abdominal muscles. it's nice to give yourself a destination. You can walk anywhere. You can walk on city streets, or you can walk in a park. You can walk in the woods. If you prefer to walk near people, then city street walking is perfect. You have to, of course, watch out for traffic. I prefer parks with trees because I also like to go off trail and wander in the woods. So find what works for you. I also get bored with in and out walks. For instance, I would not want to walk into a destination and then walk back out. I prefer a loop. It's a silly little game that I play with myself, but it works. So, as long as I'm making a complete circle, begin one point and keep walking until I've made a complete circle somewhere, again, like more than likely 7 miles, sometimes 10, and then complete it where I started. Makes me feel accomplished. You just find what works for you. Those of you that know, I either like to listen to podcast or music, and many times, if I've listened to a few podcasts and I start getting a little bored with maybe hearing, something, or just want to change my mood, I will listen to music. And yes, I have said before how I have, I sing out loud in the park. Not often, but just every now and then when I'm, just kind of feeling the mood. But mainly I will listen to podcasts. I'll catch up. It's amazing how a 60-minute episode will go by so quickly. Walking is great for anxiety, for stress relief. Again, tying back into, I feel like walking is the perfect exercise for mental health. Just being outside, it's great for your lungs, especially if you're walking in an area that has lots of trees, because we know trees are great for the planet and trees are also great for your body. I guess I can't stress how much I enjoy walking and how I feel like it really has benefited me. At other times, I will walk in silence, sort of like a walking meditation. I might just, take my headphones out and just tune in to what's around me and give myself a chance to hear my thoughts. So I have lots of options, depending again on my moods. If I'm feeling like I just need to get up and dance a little bit, then that's, I put the music on. If I'm feeling like I need to be informed about something, I will listen to the podcast. But if I'm searching for maybe some inner reflection, then that's the time for my silent walks. You can even start a walking group. I had a friend, and we would meet every Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, and we would walk this park like 3 miles, and sometimes we would be talking, and we would say, let's walk again, and we'd add in another 3 miles. Before you know, we've walked 6 miles just talking, solving our problems, the world problems, we used to say. It was great company, but good exercise, and I really miss my friend when we would do that. Yeah, so start a group, find a buddy, find somebody that you want to walk with, and create a routine where the two of you, the three of you, the four, how many you want, but you walk together if you want. If that's something, like if you need someone to help motivate you and keep you, on task, having kind of a buddy system is one great way to exercise together. So set a plan. Give yourself a goal. Start small. Don't try to, if you're new to walking, don't try to go ahead and walk 7 miles. Just start off with 1. Maybe increase it to 2. Find out, if you are going to form a group, whether or not the others in your group have walked before, because it might be best to have like beginners group together, or if you're walking with someone who is an experienced walker and this is your first time you're starting out to walk, maybe the two of you, maybe that's not going to be the best unless, that person's willing to walk at a slower pace, but then they don't get the benefits of increased heart rate. So I'm not quite sure. You just have to do what works for you, and they would have to speak up and say what's best for them. More importantly, because the holiday season is so close, and more than likely you're going to get really busy soon, it just really helps to set a goal, a little bit of self-care. I consider my walking to be something that I do for me. and I make it a priority. And to be quite honest, I miss it when I don't get to walk. My body gets tight, my legs get stiff. It seems like as long as I'm moving my legs, then I'm fine. But the second, if a couple of days go by and I have not been able to include my walks, it really bothers me. I wake up stiff, and it's something that I don't like, so I have just made my walking routine a priority. That means maybe getting up a little earlier. I will walk on a treadmill, but it's not something that I really like to do. But if it's only what's available, if that's the only way I can squeeze in my walk, then I do it. I don't like to walk in the rain, so that's when a treadmill comes in handy, or I give my body a day of rest. And if I don't get to walk, I don't beat myself up about it, because I know I'm committed and I know I'm going to walk. I just have to fit it in. I really need the walks. But that's just me. Again, find what works for you and then do it. Stick to your commitment of your self-care, taking care of your body during the holiday season. Make time for you. After your walk, make sure you drink lots of water. I usually, for my 7 miles, I do not take water with me because I'm in a public park. There are water fountains, but I will definitely drink a lot of water the rest of the day to rehydrate. So drinking water is very important. It's kind of hard when you're drinking a lot of water and you're out in a public park, particularly if there are no bathrooms. So make sure you, again, you know what your body needs, but don't wait until your body tells you you're thirsty to drink water. You need the water often throughout the day after a walk. When you start your walking routine, you might be tired the next couple of days until your body adjusts to exerting itself, so be easy. I know when I started walking, my body would get tired and then I would crave bad foods. But once I became aware that, my body is tired, it's not hungry, then I could be a little more proactive and go to bed versus reach for candy. So you'll learn the triggers. You'll learn whether or not your body is saying it's tired or whether or not your body is really hungry. As you burn calories, yes, you will need to bring in more, but then you can make the choice of bringing in healthier options. After I finish walking, I usually come into a downward dog position, stretch out my legs, stretch out my hips. Then I kind of flow into a child's pose and a few lunges where I hold the pose just to stretch out my entire leg. At that point, you could either go to a yoga class or download a few yoga stretches. There are many different classes available online where you could focus on your lower body, stretching out, particularly stretching out your legs and your hips. Just remember to start off slow so that you do not injure yourself, and get your doctor's permission. I can't stress that enough. And then let me know what you think. Or I wish that there was some kind of way we could touch base and share our walking experiences. I'd love to know if I've inspired you to start walking and how far and what you're listening to. And I'm just curious. I don't know. Walking is just so great. It's just one of those activities that I really love. When I started my, yogi venture originally with the hiking and yoga, it was because, I loved being outside and I just wanted to introduce as many people as possible to the great outdoors. And so maybe through the podcast, if you guys start walking, or if you already are a walker, or if you're a runner, can you let me know? I'm curious, okay? So I think when we left off from the last episode, we were playing the guessing game, right? 2 truths and a lie. And I gave you, let's see, what was the topic? Jobs, right? I said I have taught yoga, I've taught high school, and I've taught CPR. Which one was the lie? Which did you guess? Okay, the answer is the lie is I have not taught CPR. I have taken CPR courses. I have taken the wilderness and survival CPR courses through the Red Cross, but I have not taught it. Something I thought about because I thought, oh, that could be kind of fun. I think everyone should be familiar or get certified to help save a life. I hope I will never have to use those skills, but I'm glad that I am familiar with what needs to be done. So, I mean, it's practical. I think even they are teaching it in schools now. As far as teaching high school and teaching yoga, yes, I have taught yoga, and one of my side jobs is a substitute teacher. When you are an actor, you don't always get to work on set, so I also substitute teach and do a whole lot of other things. So yeah, that's what the lie was. I have not taught CPR, but I don't know. I have kind of researched what I need to do to become a teacher, and that's something that I might look into one day. Okay, so with that said, I really hope that I have inspired you to try to walk. You know, one day I might host a yogi venture where I can actually meet up with people, because I mean, this is what I used to do, and we could go on a little walk or hike or something outdoors where it'll be fun. So don't be surprised if one day, I don't know, maybe for my 100th episode, I don't know. I am just toying with the idea. It would be so nice to connect with you. I can't think of a better way than to go walking. So get in shape so that when the time comes, you will be ready. Okay? And then let me know, tell me what your new routine is. Tell me if you are getting out, and don't be shy. If, for you, walking just down to the block is all you can do right now, go for it. There's no judgment. Just, enjoy it, try it. Get your doctor's permission. I can't stress that enough because, I know you can get hurt. You can sprain your ankles. You can push too hard. Your knees can have problems. You can have problems, but the benefits outweigh the pitfalls. So get out, tell me about it. I'd love to hear where you walk, where you go, if you're close to mountains, if you're close, if you're in the city, find a city park. But anyway, tell me where you're going. Tell me what your experience is. We'll stay in touch, okay? Hopefully this will motivate you to get moving, all right? So with that said, guys, I'm going to bring this to a close. The November 15th episode features my dad giving advice about moving forward with your dreams, and was quite special, so I can't wait to release that. And you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for all your support, all your comments. If you're enjoying this podcast, please share it. Please, tell your friends about it, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the love, the support, and all of the comments. Remember, life is marvelous and exciting. Go explore it. Your yogi venture is waiting.